Hi friends, my name is Leilani and welcome back to my channel. This week we are covering everything transformation and personal growth, and we are talking today about something that I am very excited to share with you. Honestly, I'm excited to share with you all the topics, but this one specifically because it is so real and so raw and so just present for me right now that as I speak to you, we are going through this together, okay? And the topic today is how to let go of expectations and become who you are meant to be, okay? I just wanted to I don't know if you guys ever done lion's breath in yoga, but that's just what felt like coming through right now. And this is very potent because expectations are literally everywhere. Expectations are everywhere. Expectations of self, expectations of others, expectations of goals, expectations of your community, expectations of your society, expectations. Okay? We live in a world of expectations. And sometimes those expectations will not only cloud your essence in a way, like it will deter you and almost just make you feel, and I don't want to project that onto everyone watching this, but most of the time expectations will make you feel either unworthy or too much. Unworthy or too much. And I feel like there are sides of the same in a way. And expectations can also just, for lack of a better term, like it's just like a party pooper. Like expectations are a party pooper. You know, a negative Nancy. Sometimes having expectations is just having that negative Nancy friend or whatever, right? So how do you let go of them? How do you let go of expectations? This comes back to almost everything that I have spoken on comes back to this basis of you have a choice. You have a choice. So in moments where you find yourself trying to either live up to an expectation or put on extra expectations on self or others or a certain situation or a certain goal, you can choose to do things differently. First, you need to be aware that you're even doing that in the first place. You need to be aware, oh wait, I've done this before. Oh wait, I've said or thought this before. Oh wait, this feels very familiar. Because if you have not gotten to that point yet, then how will you be able to see the other options in front of you? Okay? So we got that out of the way, right? Like at this point, you know that there's something there that has been repeating. There's something there that you would like to choose a new way, that you would like to really see different results. You would like to see different results. So in order for that to occur, you make the sovereign decision to choose differently. And that choosing differently may look like, okay, I see this expectation that I have put here, but how has this expectation been serving me? And if not, can I let go of it? Can I let go of it? And there's also this fine line, I would say, as well, of expectation versus necessities. Expectation versus necessity. And really, necessity will form or will be clear when you have had ample time in solitude, ample time in connection with God to be clear on the path that is laying before you. So what I mean in terms of necessity, I'm not speaking in terms of necessarily physical, although it can be tied. Like, as humans, we have physical necessity of safety. We have physical necessity of having a home, having food, having things that we can wear for, protect our skin, whatever it is. Those are like basic necessities, right? But the necessities that I mean is the necessities of your spirit, the necessities of your soul that is choosing to embark on this journey of fill in the blank with your name. Okay? Because you have been designed in a very specific way, you have been designed to perceive things a very specific way, you have been designed to have very specific traits and attributes and talents and skill sets and experiences, life experiences, because of this very specific blueprint that you are. Within that, there lies I would say the unseen necessities. The unseen necessities. And part or the basis of that necessity is becoming all that you are meant to be in this life. Okay? And depending on the clarity of that, right? Because in between you in this present moment and that version of self that is crystal clear, there may be some clouds and fog and other things in there to see directly through. But the more that you can begin to see beyond or through these clouds of smoke, the more that you can bring yourself closer in a way, so you can kind of get up close and personal. No matter all the clouds in between, you can still get up close and personal. Then you will have that clarity on what it is that will fulfill these necessities. Okay? And really, this has several layers because on the basis of it, we really don't need anything outside of ourselves. We don't need anything outside of ourselves. But in order to have a full expression of the individual blueprint that you have, right? There is certain things, certain places, certain people, certain ways of being, certain expressions, certain career paths, certain life milestones, certain things that will serve as keys in unlocking this fullest expression of you. Isn't that great? Like, isn't that awesome? Yo, when this clicked in my head, I was like, oh. Because you see, the expectation, or what makes it an expectation, is that you need to have it in order to fill in the blank. But when you can distinguish or discern between your egoic self, your lower self wanting to just have the next shiny thing, versus your soul, your spirit literally leading you and guiding you to your highest path of like, yes, I as this sovereign individual incarnation, this is what I need to fully get and do and be in this expression. That is the key. That is the key. Because it's not that if you do this or you don't do this or you choose that or you don't choose that, that it's gonna fall apart or you won't be able to be fulfilled in a way. Like you will always have choice and you will always have options. But if your higher self, if your true essence has taken the driver's seat, right? Or you have allowed it to take the driver's seat, right? You have literally released all expectations. You have released expectations, you have surrendered, you have let go and let God. When you have done that, you have allowed for the higher self to be more present and more involved in your day-to-day life. Okay? And the higher self is always there. We are always in constant communication with this vessel and God. We are always in constant communication. It is just when we are literally stuck in the clouds, we're stuck in the clouds, we can't see through the smoke, then we forget that there is this eternal, wise, omnipotent version of self that can basically provide us with the next keys, the next steps in becoming that full expression. Okay? And a lot of times, really, we will not know what the full expression is because we still have yet to unlock another key to even see the other piece of what the rest of the expression looks like. So right now, you may only be seeing a small part of a bigger picture. And a lot of the times that's how it happens. That's how it happens. Because truthfully, if we imagine being a person, okay? Imagine you, right? I'm sure there might be days where you have endless thoughts that are running through your mind, right? And it can be something as simple as like, I should have ate earlier, I should have ate period to, I gotta do my taxes, or I should really make that phone call, or whatever. You know, whatever the thoughts are, okay? Then the list is endless. We could be in that. We could be in that space a lot, okay? I just blanked for a sec, you guys. See, this is what happens. It happens when we begin to have too many thoughts in the mind. It literally will cloud the full picture of your fullest expression. So just coming back to how to let go of expectations, I cannot tell you that it's a one and done deal. I cannot tell you that. I cannot give you a quick fix, because when you get to new levels, there may automatically be a new expectation that you place on yourself or on others. But what distinguishes an expectation from a soul necessity is that you do not allow yourself to be affected if something doesn't either live up to what you thought in your head, and or there's still this aspect of love, right? There's still love there. There's still contentment. Yet, because it's not the necessity, right? It's not meeting that necessity, then it will simply just fall away. It will simply just kind of like a little feather. It'll just float away. There won't be a heavy charge or like resistance or anything like that. And I think that's a beauty. The beauty about letting go of expectation is that you can accept and or acknowledge that something isn't what you want or need, but you don't get angry or sad or just like, you don't start going overthinking it. You're just like, okay, this just wasn't it, and that's okay. And this goes with expectation, because if we, for example, on self, right? If you put an expectation on yourself that you need to, I don't know, you need to act this way around this person, okay? If you put that expectation on yourself, and then in the moments that you don't, that you act a different way, then what does that self-talk look like? Are you starting to beat yourself up? Are you starting to self-criticize? Are you, I don't know, maybe the opposite, where it's kind of like, being prideful about whatever it was. Like, there's various angles that can occur. And or can you recognize either if I did have this expectation, why did I have this expectation? And or since I didn't meet this expectation that I placed on myself, can I release that and still be present and love myself anyway? So really what distinguishes the expectation versus the necessity, again, kind of coming back to that, is that the expectations are usually something that you'll like almost, you'll begin to base your worth or something's worth on the idea that will occur in the way that you thought it would. But the necessity is, and it might seem a little counterintuitive. It might seem counterintuitive because in the normal way that we think of a necessity or a need, but it's a necessity in the way that, again, in order for you to be in your fullest expression in this now, in this time, in this body, in this vessel, there needs to be that certain key. Yet you understand or you accept that if the key looks differently than you thought, or the key is its own thing, right? It can be its own thing sometimes, something beyond your envisioning. You can be okay with how that unravels, how the key is being used, how the key looks, how the key shows up in time. There's different aspects of it, but yeah, I would say really getting into solitude with God, really beginning to get clear on the necessities of your soul in this individual expression that is fill in the blank with your name. And once you do that, then you can know, okay, if this is a necessity and something or someone or somewhere isn't that, then I can be at peace with knowing that what is for me, and what is not will simply pass by. And this goes with every single area of life, you guys. This goes with every single area of life. So in order to step into your full self, which I'm not there yet, so I'm just telling you what seems to be working for me, okay? In order to step into your full self, you need to distinguish the necessities and the expectations. You need to release all expectations, really. And getting clear on what it is, who it is that you wish to be in this life. And maybe, just maybe, if you're not thinking about that and you're just very much in the present and want to think about, what is your day going to be like tomorrow? Okay, what is your day going to be like tomorrow? Is it going to be the same day it was today? Do you want to do something different with yourself, for yourself? Do you want to be someone different? So you can start in the very short term. But also this goes back to the bigger vision. Because that bigger vision, that bigger sense of clarity will be a guiding force for those releases of expectations, and also understanding your necessities. Because you can very much, if you want to, you can very much live day to day without any of that in mind. You can do that. Yet if what you are seeking is an up level of transformation, right? Wanting to see different results, wanting to see a different you, then it's going to require a little bit of that work. It's going to require a little bit of that work. So I trust that this finds who it needs to. I would love to just, get any feedback. Message me, you guys, if any of these tools that I've been sharing with you, if you've applied them, if you've tried them, if anything resonates, share this with somebody who you think will benefit from this. Really, what I want to do is up level together. Okay? I want to up level together because it takes a lot of us, okay? And know that you are not alone. You're not going through this alone. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.